So yes, basically I've started saying on the initial submissions. So yeah, team. If you remember in the last class, we have tried to create an approval process, and there we are stuck to get the notification. So I'll briefly explain whatever I have explained on that day, like a recap. So here, if you see, who did this? Okay. Yeah, basically when you start creating this, so obviously it will be like this checkbox will be false, and that means that this our whole approval process is in like deactivated mode. So for that you need to, so there will be a button in this. So if anyone can remember when this button will be showing as activate, like suppose this is a new approval process you have created. So as soon as you created the approval process, the activate button will not be there here. So there is a one step we need to complete to get this approval activate button here. Anyone remember that? What is the step we need to complete to get this activate button here? For now, suppose there nothing will be there here. So only
Yes.
edit and clone.
Actually, first we need to mention at least one step for initial submission action.
Correct. Yeah. So this is what like Rahul is explaining. So yeah, basically you can give all the initial submissions and final approval, rejection, recall actions, everything like each and every step you can give the either one or all any number of actions here. But if even if you defined your actions here, this activate button will not show up. So definitely you need to give one approval step here. Yeah, okay, thanks. So yeah, here we have created one approval step. So this is a and today's discussion is all about. So there was a question in the last session, right? What if the manager is on leave or he is not in a position to approve your request? So then I said, right, so definitely you have to either recall or deactivate this approval process. But there is a, see, again I'm saying, so initial submission actions, you cannot, this is a, the once if it is submitted, you cannot edit that. Definitely you have to either recall your request or uh, yes, you have to recall your request. But there is a multi-step, like you can uh, you can direct your approval request to another user. So that is where we have one other um, option here. You can either give. So have you noticed something? Uh, Here in your user object, there are two fields when you edit that any user record. Okay, very slow. Okay, here as soon as you give the user object, uh, here in user, so there will be two fields in the backend. It will not show in the UI, but as soon as you click on edit of any user, this one, so edit, at the bottom you'll find these two. One is this one is this one. So obviously, like first step you'll give as your manager to approve your request. Say it could be leave request or in real time scenario, etc. Briefly explain about the opportunity and account. So once it is sent for any approval, you can give the for now I have given the manager's name there. So now this is blank. So in there is something like delegated approver here. So instead of so if manager is not in a position to approve your request, so we can give another name like delegated approver here. So that is the main purpose of this delegate approver here. So here, yeah, here. So as a first step, as a first step, you have created this where were we? And the approval process, right? So here you will define. So suppose these are two steps here, right? So all records should. So why there are two options here is you can either use a condition. See, suppose in your suppose opportunity there is a field. So in our trailhead also there is a action module, right? So there is a opportunity percentage. If it is greater than uh, some 4%, then only you have to then only that record should go for the approval process. So that's why if there is some condition, that is what we call criteria, then only you can use this criteria. Or otherwise I can say like all the opportunity whichever got created in the application should go through this approval process irrespective of any condition. Then you can use this first option. So for now we will use the second option when criteria is met. Okay. In that case, actually we did not create any um, custom field. There was a custom field here, discount. Where was that? Discount approval. Was it in this or this? Create an approval process. And let's go. There was a request. Yeah, this one has to be moved. So if at all we need to make sure the discount per, so here he's talking about a custom field. Okay, so first you need to create a custom field on the opportunity, like what is the discount percentage if it is greater than 4. So here he is giving a condition. So that means that criteria. Then only it should this approval process should go. So otherwise, normally you can use any formula also. So here, anyways, this is the best practice you can use here, fields here, or otherwise. So here, there are again two options. Approve record, or so once that criteria is met, like let's say that opportunity percentage, right? So once that criteria is met, then he can approve or he can reject. For now, we can give it as approve. Next, okay, we need to give a condition. So for now, I'll give it as all records. So here, yeah, this is the page I was talking about, that if in case the manager sent in the user object is not in a position to approve, then we have something like here, right? The approver's delegate may also approve this request. So this one, so this is the only purpose of that the other lookup in the user object. So there are other users also, but here in this case in approval process. So if you check this, then you have to make sure there is a user defined here. Then in case your manager first is priority manager. If he is not in a position, then it will go for delegated approver. But for this action to happen, you have to give this checkbox true. Otherwise, that delegated approval will not work. So this is one of the cases, like either manager or delegate approver. Or if you wanted to, like here, there are multiple options here. Let the user submitter choose the approver manually. So like suppose if I made up my mind, like I did not send it to my manager. There is some other user in my organization, like above my role or above my profile. So for that user only, I need to send. So in that case also, at the time of sending, you can give his approver name. Or there is another option like here. When the approval process is getting submitted, then only you can give this manually. Here, I said, right? So any user, if you want to give in particular, like say Rahul, Rohit, Ranju. So anyone in particular, I do not want to use the manager like default value. I should use some other guy in my application, any other guy. So then this one. If you want to, like here again, I said, right? So if at all we need to give like two-step approval, so it's not only a manager but also Rohit should approve my whatever the approval process is, and right, that record should go through two people. Then only at the end your approval process will get approved. So this one, this one will give this. So this option is basically either you can use one or two. If you are using two, then you have to decide. See, if I give no need. Oh, Rahul. So if I give only one name, you don't need to worry about this. But if I add one more, like if I decide to go through this approval process to two persons, like both, then I can give another user or related user. Who else we have? Okay. Not a user. Let's say problem.
Actually, in the hackathon one, Rajiv is not there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why it's not showing. Yeah. So here, yeah. So for this, we can give like this. So now, in case of both, when you start the moment you start giving the additional, like more than one, then you must uh, decide these two. Obviously, if you don't decide, also like Salesforce will default take the approve or reject based on first response. So what does it mean is here you are not giving the priority between these two, but first response, whoever gives, like Praveen says it is approved, then it will get approved, or even Rahul gives like approve, click that approve button, then it will be approved. Any first response, whoever gives the first response, either approve or reject, that will it will take. Then that record will be assigned with that value. But if you give this require unanimous approval from all selected, so definitely unanimous means both users should give same response. Like even if you like one of the users give reject, then obviously it will be rejected. If both will give approved, then only your record will get approved. Okay, unanimous means like both should give the same kind of response. So for now, you can give it as response, this one. And again, say this is not like priority. Like first I have given Rahul, then only it will get approved. No, even if Praveen gives it as approved, then also it will get approved. And again, what if we might have got a question? So Praveen, like first he approved, then Rahul gave rejected, then still it will go for Praveen only, because first response, I said, right? Here it says clearly first response. Whoever gives the first response, like what, it is not like who, what was the first response, that matters. Then you click select. Obviously, you can. So that's the first. Sorry, I thought of answering that question. I got right. So what if that manager or the first guy is not in a position to approve? Then these are the two options. First, you can give either the checkbox, etc. Right. So if delegated approver can do that, or otherwise you can like two names, and you could select the first option, approve or reject with the first response. Then that will solve your problem. So now there could be like silly questions also. So what is the second approval also on leave? Then you don't have choice. You have to create new approval process with a new approver. You cannot use the same approval process. Clear on the managers, and what if they are on leave? Who will approve?
Okay, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So in the user, we manually need to input the manager and the delegate
Okay,
manager.
here, you have to manually give when the user gets created, then only you have to manually give. Or maybe the user also will have access. He can put his own manager in that user record.
Okay, so like we are using the employee object and we already fill in the employee object means who is the manager. So can I import the data from here?
Employee object.
Yes.
Didn't get your
First,
question. So,
actually, first I want to export the data from the employee, like who
okay.
is the
Export means
manager.
you're like exporting the data employee record, or what do you mean by export?
Yes, from the employee record.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Then I want to import uh, all the employees manager to the users manager. Can I map it through importing?
Importing. Again, what do you mean by import? Import is like your, see, there are two types of import as well. Right? One, you can use our um, applications data import or data loaders import.
Yes,
Are you talking about that import?
yes, data import wizard. So
Okay. Yeah. Come again on the question. So now,
actually, first I want to export the manager field from the employee object.
wait,
Mm,
where is the manager field on employee object? Wait.
okay. Mm,
Okay, the direct reports to that one.
mm, no, no, no. I'll go to the employee object in the record page.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Scroll down. Here I have a field called manager.
Okay,
Yes.
manager. Okay. So what you're doing, let me check first. Uh, mm, is related to user, employees manager.
So is it possible to export the data from here and import in the user object?
So here itself, you're taking it from user object, right? How could you again import, like export from employees object and put it in user object? So this basically, what does it mean is, see, first, okay, let me go through this field and then you can ask your question. So here, what are you doing here on the employee object? You are creating, like fetching the information from user object and populating it in the manager field of this employee. Now, how can you import this manager into user object? Like the same thing you are doing, like you're fetching the users manager and updating here in employee, correct?
Yes.
Uh, Maybe I didn't get your question, or this means, see again. So basically, what does this field says is, so you are um, uh,
Yes, got your points. Basically,
uh,
it is a lookup field.
yes.
Okay.
And again, this is not like manager. This is a direct field. You're see, maybe the expectation of this field is there is no such like, see, whatever is see, suppose there is an employee. What?
Okay, got your points. What I
Uh-huh.
have to do here?
Yeah,
First, I
this
need to update in the user object manager, and here the manager field should be a formula field.
correct. Yeah, if you are expecting the this manager should be populated from the user's manager, then there should be a formula. It is not like just a lookup. So
Yes.
basically, first priority, like prerequisite is definitely you should have that user lookup relation. Then again, you have to create another field, like add a formula. Correct?
Okay, got your points.
Yes. Okay. And sorry, this got deviated. So I was asking on this one, which question? Yeah, basically that delegated user. Yeah, that one you can do. Yeah, this is the additional step I wanted to discuss. So similarly, yeah, this one. And one more thing, the additional, this one is clear. There is, see, what does this step number gives is, see, if you're going to create uh, one more approval process, sorry, approval step, then you can, so here also you can give condition, like suppose, what do you say? Let's take the opportunity only. If opportunity, that percentage, that is again a custom field only. Suppose there is a opportunity percentage custom field. So between 2% to 4%, this should go to one manager. If it is that percentage is greater than 4%, then it should be going to some other user, not manager. So that multiple approval steps also you can give here. Okay. Yeah, that is the thing I wanted to say. So this is basically this is very important. So from this only your um, um, that process will be defined. And initial actions is I said everything. Okay. So here also you can give either send an email template, sorry, email or any field update. Suppose there is a field like approval status on opportunity. So as soon as is submitted for approval, so as okay again, so there will be a button created. So for that button, there is a option also while you are creating that approval process. So there is a button we will enable there will be a checkbox. If you click that, then automatically in that record there will be a submit for approval button. So once you click that, you can do any field update. Like suppose if there is any approval status, like a custom field in opportunity, you as soon as you click on that submit for approval button, um, that this field also you can update. Like first you have to at least define a pick list for this approval status, like submitted for approval or approved, rejected, something. Then you can update the field as soon as you click on submit for approval. So that similarly everything you can define that. So after approval also you can make that field approval status to change to approved, depending similarly for rejection, the approval status to rejected. Yeah. So in this case, and I've explained why there is no edit button here for initial automation. So it is again a mistake if you give edit. So once it is submitted for approval, then it is all about that managers or whoever the user you have given. So it is in his hands. You don't need to. You must not edit that record again. So that only there is no edit button. But here there are edit buttons. Once it is approved, you can still change it. If suppose accidentally that manager approved that, then you can edit that approved process. So all these are similarly, and I think they did not extend. So these add existing are right. So I think I told. So you can use the um, actions like here and there. So if there is already an action, you can use that existing action and put it in any other section here, a task update or sorry, sending task or field update or email template, something like that. You don't need to again create a new action. Yeah, so basically I wanted to use this session to like say there are multiple steps we can use in this approval process. Yeah.
Okay, like in the approval steps, can we define as if our employee has not taken any leave, then it should go for a one-step approval, and if he's already taken 3 leaves, then it should go for two-step approval. Can I do here?
Okay. You are saying if there is no leave request, oh, sorry, say again, Rahul, is that
If
Rahul? Yeah.
actually if our employee has not taken any leave in a month, then it
Okay.
should go for one-step approval.
No, why do we need approval if there is no leave? So basically, your
Yeah.
approval process is only for leave, right?
Yes, actually he had not taken any leave in this month.
Okay.
So when he is trying to take his first leave, then it should go for first approval, means first step approval. And if
Ah,
he
yes.
already taken 3 days leave, then it requires
Okay. With that one, how do we control that one? Hmm. Then again, you have to define some other field. So yeah, you said in a real life example. So for that, you have to define something in your record, like so and
yes,
so um, uh, employee has already used three. So there must be a field around here. So there should be a custom field you would have already created in that record. Like so far in that month, how many leaves he has created. Like unless there is any field, you cannot define that criteria. See, suppose there is already number of leaves taken so far in that month. So if it is 3, then based on that field, we can create a criteria.
yeah,
Yes, unless that, yeah, you can. Yeah, there should be a field you have to if you have to give any criteria.
yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Srikant, is there any limitations for approval steps, or we can design as many steps we want?
Actually, I have seen so far only 3. Uh, I don't think there is any limitation, but not like 100 steps you can give. I have to check on that. Mm, so far, I've used only like 3. Yeah. And yes, I don't think there is any limitation. Yeah. Let me check. Like, that means you not 50 or 100 in one step. It will be clumsy. So, yeah, I'll get back. So, maybe not more than. So, we don't basically generally use like more than 5 or 10. Correct? But at least 10 you can use. Yeah, I can say. Yes, that is all about this. Yeah, at any point of time you can either deactivate so that from today this accrual process should not get executed, something like that. Yeah. Yes, I have covered everything here. Again, this template, it is not like mandatory. Okay, so if there is a template, yeah, go ahead and use that template for email, but it is not like mandatory. Salesforce will also allow you, even if you can simply write in text also, like this so request is approved, something like that. You can put it there. It is not like mandatory. You have to give this template. What if there is? Yes, I think I've covered everything in this approval process. And one step I said, right? So reevaluate the field update or any action using workflow. So you have to be sure that there is no conflict between workflow rule and approval process. Workflow rule I have not discussed with you, but yeah, if you remember on that day I was showing you one checkbox. So that will override your other workflow actions. So basically, workflow is also like you can use to update any field. One of the actions. Yeah, that is the like a caution. Rejection, approval, everything is done. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Any questions or any queries? Yeah.
Yes. So both will work as same, the workflow rule and the approval process.
Yeah, approval process is like unless this is done, this cannot be done. Like a criteria I can give, but workflow not like a uh, not like a condition. So first you do this, next you not like that. Workflow process you can like easily update. You can define a condition and update that. Say there again there will be 4 actions like sending email template, sending emails or field outbound message. Here we are putting a condition. So unless someone approves or rejects or recalls, do that action. Such kind of in workflow rules like there is no like a condition. First you approve, then this.
So it is an improved way. The approval
Improved way,
process.
but depends on your requirement. See, suppose again leave request. So unless your manager approves, you cannot take that leave, or you cannot any send email. But you cannot, yeah, in this leave request, right, you cannot use workflow actions. Definitely, there is a step like approval.
Okay, means for the simple flow, we will use the workflow rule. But when I have a condition, then we will use the approval process.
It's two different
Correct.
things.
Condition is this.
It's approval is approval process, right? You need an approval. Workflow is not an approval process, basically. That is the simple difference. Okay, these are two different
Okay.
things. When you need an approval, you use approval process. When you don't need approval, you use a workflow. Okay, so that is the major difference, basically. The condition wise, anything what you need, everything can be done. But we'll talk about it in future. Okay, how a workflow works, and also workflows are something which slowly it will get deprecated in future. So we will explore the flows, which is a different altogether. So okay, I mean, for now it's just we need to understand that workflows are for not approval, and approval is the approval process. Wherever you need approval, you go ahead with the approval process.